Alrighty, welcome on back to our 17th, yes, our 17th episode of this hardcore Nuzlocke we're doing over here. And last episode, if you remember, we went and we took out Misty and we made the very long trudge down to Fuchsia City. And finally, we can battle Janine after we cleared up that whole cloister gang takeover that happened last episode as well. The Fuchsia City gym really isn't that big of a deal either. It unfortunately follows the trend of Kanto gyms being a bit too easy. Um, I still don't really know the correct path I have to take, so you're probably going to see a lot of mistakes along the way. But yeah, we don't really have much to worry about here. Janine, the main problem is that like her Venomoth is level 64, yeah, but all of her other Pokemon are like 58 or something like that. It really doesn't create, a challenging, challenge if like you only have one big threat and the others are marginally easier to take care of because of the fact that they are just so much of a lower level compared to you. But yeah, as for team strategy, you do need to think a little bit with this one, at least for how you want to position your Pokemon, because the fact that despite she leads with an Ariados and you just kill that easily, but the problem is she's gonna send out like her Drapion next or her Venomoth, and the thing is Drapion you obviously can't with Psychic type move, so you need to hit it with a Ground type move, which is why we're bringing Peanut. And her Venomoth obviously is neutral to Psychic because in this game it's Bug Psychic. So that can leave a pretty big dent into your own Psychic types if you leave it unchecked. I went ahead and turned Strawberry into a Glade just so they can have, if we need to use them later on for the red fight, we have another close combat user because that really is very important. I was also debating making them a Garvor for this fight since their special attack special attack IV was pretty good and they had a boosting nature. But the problem is, like, we already have that role filled pretty well by multiple Pokemon, and I'd rather have another good physical attacker, possible choice Scarf user with good coverage, since we don't have a lot of that on our team. But yeah, so the plan is pretty simple. We're just gonna open up with Alakazam. Oh, by the way, I evolved the Kadabra into Alakazam, so yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Obviously it isn't a great Alakazam, it's an adamant Alakazam. Its special attack IV actually wasn't bad. It was like a solid like 21 to 29, somewhere in that range. I don't remember exactly. But yeah. As I said, we don't need to worry about this Ariados whatsoever. We can just use Psychic it. The main problem is we have to dodge a Sniper crit on Aquatail after this once Drapion comes out, which should come out. I'm pretty sure it should come out. I also gave Alakazam the Twisted Spoon, and Starmie has the Choice Specs as usual. Yep, there's Drapion. We should be baiting Crunch here, which, if we want to be optimal about it, we're going to switch into Nuts, and we're then going to bait Earthquake, which then we're going to switch into Donphan on, just to ensure we can take as minimal damage as possible, because obviously Crunch with Stab is 120 versus Earthquake Space 100. We also have a Pasho Berry equipped because this Drapion does carry Aqua Tail. So we don't have to worry about, well, if it crits, it'll still do insane damage, but we don't have to worry about the super effective damage. But yeah, if this Earthquake crits, we'll be in a little bit of a bad spot, but we'll still be able to manage. Okay. Now we Earthquake. I calced it and it should kill, but even if it doesn't, for some odd reason, we have Ice Shard, so that'll always help out. Yep, it didn't crit, so we're completely fine. Even if it crit, we weren't like at risk of dying. It's just if Earthquake critted and then Aqua Tail critted, we were like most definitely dead, like beyond dead to rights. But yeah, we thankfully didn't have to really think about that reality. And out comes out Quillfish. This is pretty expected. It's gonna let out the little Intimidate. We obviously just use our Posho Berry, so we can't really stay out against this guy. He should be using, what does it have? Waterfall? Something like that? Quillfish, Surf. Oh, so then we're probably completely fine to go back into Alakazam. Obviously, Alakazam isn't bulky whatsoever, but its special attack is actually no wait, we just go into Starmie. Starmie resists Surf. What am I trying to say? Starmie still has the choice specs to make up for its lacking special attack. That is an unfortunate aspect of Starmie since it's Jolly and its special attack EVs weren't good. Critical hit doesn't matter there. It has been basically relegated to the constant choice spec user in order to artificially inflate its damage because of the fact that it's lacking. And we can't really, if we have Pokemon that don't really need it, it isn't the worst idea to put on Starmie. And actually, Starmie's been holding it for like the casual parts of our adventure, if I recall. Yeah. Venomoth, yep. So we're gonna switch into Gengar on this Bug Buzz. It's either Bug Buzz or Quiver Dance, but I think since we're baiting the Bug Buzz kill, it should like be Quiver. It shouldn't be Quiver Dance like ever. Actually no, it doesn't have Quiver Dance. It's Sleep Powder. Never mind. Sorry. The regular Pokemon brain took over for a second, and I thought it was gonna Quiver Dance. Yeah, it should just always see the kill with Bug Buzz, and it should always go for it. Especially since we got hit by the crit on that Surf. It was gonna always see the kill anyways. But, now it's just a little bit more incentivized. And we obviously resist this pretty well. Even through Tinted Lens, it wasn't going to kill off a crit because Gengar's special defense is pretty good. Combined with leftovers, we should be completely fine to land this Shadow Ball and just kill it. Yeah, this gym, it's pretty easy, yeah. But I like Janine. I like how, they actually changed around some of the Kanto gym leaders. Giovanni, obviously, he left hiding and assumedly it's somewhere else, so the Earth badge is now taken up by Blue, and Koga obviously moved to Elite Four, so his daughter took over his own gym, which I think is really cool. I love, like, I don't want to say cliches, but I love little sappy things like that. Alright, so, we are 120% baiting Sucker Punch right now, and we are actually going to go into, Gallade. Gallade, obviously, even if it doesn't sucker, will be completely fine. But just in case it does sucker, well, Stone Edge. Stone Edge is, oh, he probably saw a kill with Stone Edge. That's probably the reason it went for it. But we can also tank that just as fine. We should outspeed here. I didn't look up the exact speed stat of Toxicroak, but we are heavily invested into speed. I'll look it up right now. It's just to ensure that we have like a 0% chance of losing Gallade, because if it does hit a poison jab, that'll hurt a lot. So, what is this? This is a Toxicroak at level... What level is this? 58? Shouldn't be that high. 121 is his speed stat. We have a speed stat 149, so we're completely fine. Completely fine. Oh yeah, he does have Sucker Punch, but we are neutral to it. Yeah, we were even fine if it crit there. I sometimes forget parts of my plan or parts I haven't countered for, so even when I see things like that, I get scared, and I realize it's probably going to be alright. Not to try and toot my own horn, but, Gallade's typing is really good for being able to deal Psychic-type damage without being as threatened as Sucker Punch. We are choice-locked into... Oh, wait, no, but this thing doesn't have Aftermath, does it? And I think we're good to just kill because we have choice band damage if I equipped it. Yep, we're gonna be completely fine. Just go ahead and kill this thing. I don't know if Gallade gets Zen Headbutt this generation, but even if it does, I don't think I'm going to be changing out Psycho Cut because of the fact that how Zen Headbutt only has 90% accuracy, and I'd rather take the 100% accuracy, even if Zen Headbutt's still like 10 or 15 more power. Because like I would like to minimize the risk of missing. I don't like for Gyarados, like the reason why you run Aqua Tail for so long is because it takes such a long time to get a Waterfall HM or something like that in these games. And Aqua Tail obviously is huge power for like being like, what does Gyarados get at? Like level 30, something like that? It's like somewhere around that level. So it's like huge value to have at that early. Yep. Alright. we can go on Gal here. Oh, we gotta make our way through this again. Actually, wait, does she have... No, I thought there would be like a shortcut somewhere near her, but there isn't. Oh no, I need to go this way, go this way. Yeah, this is one of like the parts of SoulSilver that I have a little bit memorized because I don't know why. This gym, the little invisible wall puzzle seems really simple to me. But yeah, we're gonna heal up, put our dudes in the PC, or switch some out at least. We might keep Glade in for a little bit, but I love how fast Infernape is. Glade is a little lacking in the speed department. Now Infernape is quite speedy, so I like having him as like the lead choice band user because he can always just U-turn out on something. We're gonna keep Alakazam in the party for now, I think. Which way do we actually have to head? We have to go towards Celadon City, right? So we don't really need to go buy any water routes, so we don't really need Starmie right now. This is gonna be like the first time we're like putting Starmie in the box since like ever. There we go. Who else? We can put you, we can bring you back. The reason why I've used Peanut instead of Golem is because of the fact that Aquatel's obviously 4 times effective against them. So if we got crit by even just Aquatel, it would have been a lot scarier if he was in the party. You, and you. Next up should be what's-her-face's Erica's gym, which I'm not really scared of whatsoever. Like, obviously, as we said, if we literally just put the choice scarf on Infernape, it's like a guaranteed win, because the fact that even if they get the sunny day off, he'll outspeed like their entire team, and Flamethrower from a Moss Infernape is going to do like a lot of damage. Even if it isn't like optimally invested, that doesn't really matter against a bunch of grass types who don't have any defensive investment. But yeah, I believe all we have to do to make it towards Celadon City is we just have to go this way. I personally like, even though it's annoying, like this game really does make it annoying to try and do the gyms in their actual, like, I don't want to say suggested, but the actual order. You don't have to, but the order you're supposed to do them in. But let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about the encounters for, what route is this? 18? 18, yep. At day, you have 35% chance at Grimer, 20% chance at Goblin, 20% chance at Hero, 10% chance at Muck, 10% chance at Mega Cargo, and 5% chance at Dodrio. And when it becomes nighttime, replace Dodrio with Murkrow. So actually getting this at night is a pretty big difference because Murkrow can still be pretty useful. It's a dark type and those aren't very rare. Oh, let's go ahead and put some items back on these peeps. I also refilled the rare candy stock because we actually almost went through the entirety of what we had. I also went and farmed some heart skills up, so that way we might never need to get any ever again. Because that's one of the most annoying things to me, having to go and farm heart skills specifically. Like when it comes to leftovers, I'm fine because like it's kind of like I have to be a little attentive because I need to see whether the Munchlax shows up or not in order to get the leftovers. But like when it comes to just like thieving heart skills, it's so monotonous. So monotonous. But yeah, we're gonna lead Magnezone. Just to Thunder Wave our possible encounter. What was I gonna say? We're looking for Murkrow here. Hero is it got a few buffs, but I'd still like if you need a flying type, it's great. Also, I went and found the Flash Cannon TM and gave it to Magnezone, just so we can optimize our movesets a little bit. Not having we basically didn't have Steel Stab for like the entire game. We had Mirror Shot, but Mirror Shot isn't that great. And now we have an actual Steel Stab move we can use on like I guess rock types, but most rock types are like let's call it ground types anyways. Steel Stab isn't as useful in this game due to the fact that fairies aren't in it, of course. Once fairies are added, it gives Steel Stab like a lot more meaning, I should say. Because I'm trying to think. It's like, in this game, steel really is only super effective against, like, rock, isn't it? Yeah, no, I really think so. It's more of a defensive type. Also, this Fearow is just refusing to get in the ball. We're going to speed this up a bit. Okay. What do we name you? Do we continue to trend of naming a bird after an egg dish? I think so. We're going to name you Deviled. Or I suppose a way of eating eggs, or a form of eggs. I'm not a big fan of deviled eggs. Just because they like... It's hard to explain. I don't like the way they feel in my mouth. I also don't like mayonnaise, and you add mayonnaise to the egg yolk to make it more creamy. And I don't really like the texture or the taste of that either. That's just me, though. But yeah, we're going to be able to go up this route, or at least you should be able to go up this route. Oh, no. Oh, cycling road. Okay, thank God. I was about to say, if there was an actual plot relevant thing that we had to do first, I would have been absolutely livid. I just want to get through Kanto, man, and they make it so hard to go through it in, like, an orderly fashion. We're gonna try and dodge trainers. I don't feel like fighting people. Oop, oop, oop. I will say, I wish there was another cycling road added, but, like, change it up a little bit in, like, one of the next games. Because, like, obviously, since Pokemon nowadays is going for, like, the more 3D world environment, I think you could actually make, like, a giant cycling bridge that that you actively need to cross in order to get, like, a whole nother part of the map. And even though it wouldn't be, like, you know, how should I say this? You don't have to make it, like, a whole, like, encounter-filled area. You can just, like, it just can be like cycling road where, like, you know, you can encounter a few bird Pokemon, but make it like an NPC side quest hub. Like, I'm not saying that, oh, that's annoying. Like, I'm not saying that you have to make it, like, how do I explain? Like a, you don't have to, like, just, like, make it a pseudo quest building. But I mean, like, you know, make some quests where, like, you can talk to people and go, like, oh, hey, you know, I'll race you, and if you win, I'll give you this, you know, I'll give you this, like, handful of citrus berries or something. And then maybe you go over there another time, and you go, hey, so I met my wife in a biker gang here, and I'm planning to propose to her here, and, you know, I was wondering if you could show up and, you know, you could fake lose into a Pokemon battle. If you do that, I'll give you this TM so I can impress her or something. Just, like, a bunch of side quests that can be done there, so that way the place has actual importance besides just being another obstacle you have to tackle. I just think that, you know, there's a lot of ideas that they could do with different kinds of areas in 3D Pokemon that isn't just like, oh, you have town and you have big area to find wild Pokemon in. Like, I know Pokemon in, like, an open world RPG is, like, a match made in heaven, and I agree with that. I love Legends Arceus. I quite like Scarlet and Violet. There we go. I don't know why they made it towards a cycling road if you just aren't moving, you automatically descend. Maybe, is it like a constantly rising road? Is that the reason? Might be. I wouldn't know. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's something cool that they could do that would be different. Maybe there could be, like, the cycling road what's it called? What you can call it whatever, but, like, basically the cycling road tournaments where there's, like, a tournament of 8 participants there every, like, week, and you get special rewards from it. I just think it'd be something cool, just like a cool little area where a bunch of things happen that aren't, you know, just Pokemon encounters. Now let's go. Route 18. I don't really remember. Oh no, this is the other route, right? Hold on, let me check. Route 18, Route 17. Here we go, Route 16. That cut tree was rude. Dreyano removes a lot of optional cut trees. Here you can get Grimer 35%, Gulpin 20%, Scorpy 20%, Muck 10%, Magcargo 10%, and Drapion 5%. Obviously, the best encounter here is the Drapion or Scorpy. Either ones are massive dubs, and they're really what we're looking for here. The others aren't really that great. Muck can be okay. And we got a Scorpy. That's actually fantastic. The encounters this episode haven't been that bad. Like, sure, Firo isn't, like, the greatest, but, like, it's buffed. Like, if you need a flying type, it's a very capable option. And the Scorpy, obviously, Draypion's typing is fantastic. Only being weak to ground, I think, is absolutely amazing. And the fact that it has some nice bulk, speed, and attack just make it a fantastic Pokemon. It's also one of my personal favorites. I've used it in so many Nuzlockes. I remember back when I was first getting into Nuzlockes, it was one of the first Nuzlocks I ever did when I was going through like all the games that I had from like my childhood was Pokemon Black and White 2. And I actually did get a Scorpy. And I remember training that thing up since I didn't use rare candies back then. It was just like all like manual grinding. It was... Ooh, let me turn my phone alarm off. It was hell, basically. Because Scorpy like does like negative damage when it's a Scorpy. And it's also very frail, and its typing isn't that great defensively. So you have to be very selective when you send it out. And it also, I believe it has like a slower XP growth. Like not super slow, but slower. What do we name this guy? A scorpion. I mean, technically scorpions are food. You can eat a scorpion. It's probably not very rare to see a scorpion delicacy, but you can eat it. What do I name you? What do I name you? What do I name you? I actually don't really know. Let me look up the name of some dishes. You know what I can do? Scorpions are found like near like... Here we go. Arizona dishes. I know there are a lot of scorpions near the southwestern parts of America. What's a cool food we can name after? We can name him... Ooh, we can name him like the fruit... her, sorry. We can name her the fruit of the cactus, the prickly pears. I think that's pretty alright. It's not... Oh, wow. It's not a grass type. I'm literally missing every single one. What? It's not a grass type, but I don't see... like, cactus are a desert fruit. So I don't see a reason why we can't do it. We won't have enough space. Prickly purr. I didn't mean to capitalize it, but I think it's kind of funny, so I'm leaving it. This will actually be, like... It's actually, like, one of the best Pokemon we could have gotten for Sabrina, honestly. Yeah, like, this guy's actually cracked for Sabrina. What's up with you guys? Like to hear a trendy saying? Sure. Copyright. That's so funny. The fucking... Since we're playing a ROM hack, it can technically get copyright stricken if Nintendo ever chose to do so one day. That's actually hilarious. But yeah, we're now in Celadon City, and in Celadon City you actually can just immediately fight the gym leader, but first we're going to go to the department store. So that way I can talk about the new stuff you can get there. Celadon City department store. You do also get a game corner encounter here, and I'll talk about those as well. First, let's get our items. Let's see what we got today. We can always use more super effective reducing berries, honestly. I love these. Like I play in a few draft leagues. Well, not really a few draft leagues. I only enter one draft league at a time. But usually when I do, it's my college's draft league. And I love using super effective berries because they're such like... No one ever really thinks about them. And especially if you're using like a deadly setup mon, like Gouging Fire or King Gambit or Raging Bolt. They can be like a very pivotal way of making sure you get... you don't get as badly damaged while setting up the boost, especially if you have a way to revenge kill it. Alrighty, so these TMs are like the goats of goats. So let's see what we got here. We got X Scissor, absolutely goated TM. We're gonna take 3 of that, and now we also have Energy Ball, goated TM. We're gonna take 3 of that, and then we have Earthquake. We're going to take some more of that. We can get Earthquake at the Battle Frontier, but this is way easier than grinding BP. Stone Edge, same thing as Earthquake. We're going to take 3 of that. This is Dark Pulse. We're going to take 3 of that. And then finally, what's on this side? Taunt. Yeah, Taunt can be useful. We don't really need more than 1 right now, I think. Torment. Eh. This is Captivate. Yeah, Captivate. Swagger. Frustration and Return. We're going to take some Return TMs. Just in case. I think we have like 1 physical attacker or 2. But yeah, the TM corner is what you're really here for. The trainer shop, I believe it has some new stuff in it. I don't really recall. I just remember the TMs being extremely useful. Crash Awake is also there. I forget what he gives you, but he gives you like a mask or something. I completely forget, but it's nothing important to us, at least. Anything? Nah, just usual stuff. So they're mainly here for the TMs, and the TMs do not disappoint. They are quite good. Since you 10... Wow, since you 10... Wow, my English is bad. Since you can technically get an encounter here, we're going to go ahead and look over here to see what the game core encounters could be. We also have a few useful items here, but it's mainly the Pokemon. Pokemon aren't, like, insane, I believe, if I recall. Well, first, like, Techno Machines. First of all, Psychic TM being available again, absolutely amazing. Hidden Power is good. It's not the great... Well, it's still good in this gen just to have random coverage, but it's not, like, reliable, if you get what I'm saying. Gyro Ball is also very good, especially for slow steel types. And then same items as the, what's called the other game corner. Yep, and then, oh, I accidentally just spammed. You have amazing encounters here. You have a free Metang. Just a straight up free Metang, which we will be taking. We will be taking that, because that makes sure that we don't have the need of, what's it called? Sorry, I just need to use my super, my totally real and, okay, wait, it's already on. My totally real, we're gonna save first, just in case I accidentally fuck something up. But yeah, we're just gonna use my totally real, I'm just RNG manipping, you know? I'm just RNG manipping some coins in. You know, everyone knows how to do this. Are you kidding me? I haven't met someone who doesn't know how to do this. We actually need to drop a Pokemon before we can get Metang. But yeah, Metang is extremely good. Actually, in my opinion, it's one of the best static encounters here because I believe it has a guaranteed way of dealing with Red Pikachu. And Red Pikachu is annoying because of the fact that it has Endure. It has Endure, Endeavor, Thunder, and Grass Knot, which means it has a really good way of taking down ground types and non-priority Pokemon. But Metang, or Metagross I should say, is actually one of the few Pokemon that can take care of this Pikachu, because I believe in this game, Dreyano changed it to where Metang gets Bullet Punch. Actually, no. Wait, Metang gets Bullet Punch anyway in this game because of the fact that it got it in Platinum, I think? Maybe I'm wrong on that. I might be wrong on that. I completely forget if Metang... Hold on, I can actually just look it up. I should say Metagross. Metagross is the one we're talking about. We go to Metagross, and we go to Gen 4. Our Gold and SoulSilver. Yeah, it gets Bullet Punch level 32. So, that is obviously immensely useful for Pikachu. Because of the fact that the majority of your Metagrosses, what's it called? The Pikachu will see a 2-hit KO on with Thunder or Volt Tackle, I forget which is which it has. And it'll hit you instead of going for either Endeavor or Endure. And that's... It's bad, but it's also good because of the fact that, what's it called? It obviously, you can get Thundered, but you know you're not... It's not using Endure. Actually, Endure does more damage than Thunder does, but because it doesn't calculate Endure like that, it can't do it turn 1, which is really good. Oh, that's Adamant Metang? Adamant? This is the GOAT. What? Oh my god, this guy's like... Wow. And this is insane. Like, obviously, for all intents and purposes, it's not going to be... Actually, it can be pretty useful, considering the fact that it quad resists psychic attacks, and we're going to be going up against Sabrina soon, and also is pretty good at 1v1ing Tyranitar, if we're being completely honest. And we're going to save here. We don't need to heal our Pokemon or anything like that. We actually need to name this guy, and there's a name raider in Lavender Town, but I don't really have like a name in mind right now. Like, what do we name like a supercomputer metal type? This isn't Digimon. Steel type Pokemon. I don't really know what we were named at this point in time. But now that we're in Celadon City, we can actually start thinking about the Celadon City Gym. And my think about Celadon City Gym is we're gonna put 3 fire types in our party, and we're gonna win. That's all the thinking we're gonna do on this. Who should I replace Golem with for this battle? Crobat. Oh, but we're gonna have to do a lot of rare candying. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of rare candying. You know what? Oh well. Actually, Gengar. Gengar basically is also a poison type, so we don't really need to waste time leveling up him either. We're going to go ahead and take all the items from those Pokemon. Give me that leftovers. Just in case we need them. Give me that Twisted Spoon. And give me that leftovers as well. Yeah, we just got so many encounters right now. Like, it's insane. As long as you, like... Because, like, okay. This is a more beginner difficulty ROM hack. I wouldn't say it's, like, easy. I wouldn't say it's easy. Because obviously, you know, everyone's skill level is different. Maybe the regular base Pokemon games are more towards your skill level. But I think this is like a good jump in power without it being overwhelming, like Radical Red is. Rising Ruby is like... I was thinking about it more, and I was looking at I was like evaluating the game more seriously and looking at the power escalates and things like that. And if I'm being completely honest, it has a lot of flaws because of the fact that the power, like, the jump is insane. Like, you have Roxanne and Brawly are like some of the most insane, like, beginning game gym leader fights I've ever seen. Obviously, it's not like no run and bun or Kaizo type things like that. For like what's it called? Understandable? Is that the word? I don't want to say understandable. For the most, like, it's not going out of its way to be super, super difficult. To trying to be that, like, a more moderate challenge, it's, like, actually pretty insane. Because of the fact that in Rising Ruby, the gym leaders all have entirely decked out teams where, like in Dreyano fashion, they have perfect IVs. But then they also have, they all have held items. You know, and most times it's not like, you know, oh, you know, beginning game, it's just an orange berry, you know, something non-offensive like that. No. In the second gym, mind you, there's a Scraggy with Assault Vest who takes, like, no damage from anything. Like, I got a Natu on the route above Rustboro City, which is it's not a super rare encounter, but it's an unlikely encounter. And Natu could not kill it after 2 Calm Mines with an air cutter. Which, you know, obviously that to, like, a person, like, or I should say, to a lot of people, that sounds, you know, understandable. That's like, well, okay, yeah, that's, like, okay, yeah, well, it's a Natu versus a Scraggy with Assault Vest. What do you want to do? But you get, like, a 2-level advantage on it because of level cap, okay. And Scraggy's base special defense is only, like, 60, while Natu's base special attack is, like, 70. It's, like, still comparable, but you can still, like, that's still early enough to where you can invest into its special attack, or I should say, you have enough, opportunities to invest on special attack. And I remember my Natu was, like, pretty invested. It was, like, 130, because obviously I don't want to grind all day, but I also don't want to, you know, not train my Pokemon. Because you get you get super training by then, and super training is incredibly helpful. Okay. I want to check something right quick, because we just got Eruption on our Typhlosion. Eruption is only 5 PP, though. It actually kind of sucks. Eruption is like what? Oh, yeah, it's 150 base power. What if we just, like... I don't know how many legitimate PP maxes we have, but... No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, because it might be illegitimate if I use a PP max. I can't remember. Let me check. If it's like 901, then we got like a PP max like legitimately. But if it's like 899 or 900, then we already used the one we got legitimately. Oh yeah, no, we already used the ones we got legitimately. Okay, so let's take a look at Erica for a second. It's only gonna be for like a second, because if I know I said, you know, on Misty O, you know, it's just gonna be clean energy ball sweep, and and it wasn't actually because I forgot to calculate Colo, since ours was unimpressive special attacking wise. But I think with Erica, it's gonna be like an actual like sweep. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be an actual sweep, because of the fact that Choice Scarf Infernape will probably outspeed every single Pokemon there with Chlorophyll besides like Victory Bell, because of how fast he is. And then we still have the others that can help clean up. Like we have Arcanine, who can give like, we can give him a leftovers, and we can give Typhlosion a what's it called? We can give him a charcoal to increase its damage. I think it's gonna be pretty easy all around, because like she doesn't have a single fire resist. Like this might be just an Infernape sweep, honestly. But we're gonna wait to see. So I'm gonna take that from you. You are gonna get a leftovers, just because why not? And then you're gonna get a... What are you gonna get? You're gonna get the... Oh yeah, that's right, charcoal. There we go. And then you're gonna get the... not the chlorophyll, what am I saying? You're gonna get the choice scarf, just to ensure you don't get outsped by any chlorophyll mons. Actually, wait, hold on. Because... Oh yeah, let's give Typhlosion the choice specs, because he's already naturally pretty fast as well. He can be like our backup. Plus, choice specs eruption on like the Blossom in here. That's just hydrogen bomb. Like, what? That's probably like the hardest thing we could hit Erica with. Like, honestly, in all honesty. But then Arcanine can get the charcoal. So yeah, I don't think this is gonna take much thought whatsoever. We're bringing Magzone just because it has an excellent resistance profile. Flash Cannon will also deal decent damage neutrally, so that's also a good aspect. I think we don't need Cut, because you also need Cut to get through here in order to challenge Gem. And we should be fine, just go ahead and fight. This won't be too hard, if I can remember how to get through. Okay, go this way. Go down here. Go over here. Keep on going up. We go out here. Then we go over here. Go out here. Go out here. Go out here. Go out here. And then, boom, we're here. Okay. So now we can level up the level cap, which is 65. Is it 65? Let me just make completely sure. Yeah, it's 65. So we don't have to worry. Well, we just have to worry that I don't accidentally overlevel, so I'm going to make sure I do set normal speed. Yeah, this is probably going to be like... If you don't have, like, a fire type or good poison types by now, this is probably a difficult gym for you. It probably is, honestly. But I don't think... Even if you have, like, one marginally fast fire type, that's probably enough. Or even, like, depending on how slow one you might have is, honestly. Because I feel like you should get at least... Ooh, Aura Sphere. Do I want to delete anything with that right now? Probably Icy Wind. Because Because, like, you get the choice scarf, you get the choice specs, you should be able to find a way to make something work at the very least. As long as you remember to pick up those items, which you should. Yeah, we're going to do a little save before we fight Erica, just in case. And yeah, this should go pretty swimmingly for us. I don't really see a world where we wipe to Erica. Alright. Alright, hi Erica. Lovely weather, isn't it? You're in the middle of a gym. I don't... Yeah, wait, you're in the middle of a gym. Unless it's like... Unless you literally don't have a roof. Like, how are you experiencing the weather in any way? But yeah, alright. This is... Obviously I said it's the easiest, but I think the ones after this are actually the more challenging ones. Blaine's obviously can be challenging if you don't have... Ooh, that was a weird stutter. If you don't have a weather resetter, or just something that can outspeed Ninetales instead of Brain Dance, that can be pretty challenging. But other than that, it's like Sabrina, Blue, and Blaine. Yeah, those are the last three are probably like the most challenging out of everyone here. But Sabrina is susceptible to getting like Shadow Ball swept if you have a good Shadow Ball user, because of the fact that she doesn't have any way to stop it, any resistances to it, or any Pokemon with resistance to it or something like that. So that's a bit of a bummer. In my opinion, they should have put Girafarig on her team, because Girafarig in this game not only is it buffed, but has a... Oh, it actually lived? That's insane. That's like actually insane. Hold on. We might be cooked. How did that live? Alright, let's think about this. I'm actually really surprised, because that's a modest Infernape. What's it gonna do to me? Oh, it's gonna use Aerial Ace. What if I just switch out? It's either using Aerial Ace or Swords Dance, either of which we don't care about on Typhlosion. So I'm gonna switch out, because this not only wastes a turn of Light Screen, but it's gonna reset our momentum. Swords Dance, we don't care. We have Choice Specs Eruption, even through this, even with the Light Screen. I don't think it's gonna matter. This is base 150 stab. It's super effective, doesn't matter because of Light Screen, but we also have Choice Specs up. Yeah. Yeah, that's completely fine. I'm really surprised me getting of that. Maybe I should put the charcoal on him, but I was afraid of one of them getting Sunny Day up. Tangrowth, we outspeed this, and it's gonna die. Well, so did they make Tangrowth Grass Water in this game? I really hope they didn't. No, okay. I saw... Usually, ROM hackers don't tend to change Tangrowth, because it's already, like, in any game where you can have its hidden ability, it's, like, absolutely insane. Because of the fact that it has Regenerator. And that's an insane ability. So usually they don't tend to change it in any way. But sometimes they do. I've seen a Grass Water Tangrowth in one ROM, but I don't remember what it was. And that's like an insane typing, by the way. Grass Water? Like, you get rid of Grass's major weakness, and it's still neutral to electricity. The only thing it, like, loses... Obviously, it becomes neutral to... what's it called? It becomes neutral to electricity, but also becomes neutral to ice. Its only real weaknesses are flying and poison, I believe, after that. Obviously, you become neutral to grass as well, which isn't great, but you just get so many, like, patches up, and you just patch up Grass's, like, 4 defensive holes through the water typing, and the only really bad thing you gain from it is that you're quad weak to freeze dry, which, like, okay, I guess, but, like, the Pokemon that get freeze dry are, like, very, very limited. It's not something that's going to actually come up in, like, a Nuzlocke playthrough, per se, and even if it did, you would actively know they have freeze dry, so you wouldn't make sure that the Pokemon who is very susceptible to getting killed by freeze dry would run the freeze dry mon. Yeah, TM19, another Giga Drain TM. I believe this is the only other Giga Drain TM you get. I don't think it's purchasable in any way, so it's actually a very important TM. And they said we can enter Saffron City now. Do we do a triple gym leader spectacle in one episode? I wouldn't be opposed to that, because like I'm gonna keep it for real. We like basically just need Gengar and like maybe another ground type, not ground type, and then maybe another dark type to pull some legwork. Because our Gengar is insanely fast, like insanely fast. How do we get out of here? I'll have to go this way, this way. Listen, leave it to me to completely forget the puzzle that I figured out. We go through here, go through here. Over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, and over here. Yep, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I wish more people would say easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's just such a good line, you know? But yeah, absolute massive W. I don't want to... Matang would be really great for the Psychic Gym, but I don't want to train him up, or train them up right now. Yeah, we're fine if we're just leaving them in the box. Right now, we can go and look at what we would want to do for Sabrina's gym. Ooh. I just want to talk to anyone to make sure. Because I feel like we do get an item. No, we don't. Okay. Alright, let's think about this. Alright, so we're definitely going to bring Scorpy. I'm going to level him up to make sure he's at the level cap. Who else do we bring? We'll bring Gengar for sure. Bring Luxray. Who else? We actually don't really have a lot of good counters after that. I mean, we have Alakazam, who's... Actually, no, we bring Magnezone because he resists and he also has Signal Beam. So we're going to place, like, Arcanine. And then we can bring Gyarados because he's pretty specially bulky. And he can deal a lot of damage return and also Dragon Dance Sweep just in case anything goes wrong. And I think we're gonna bring Infernape just so we can bait we can bait guaranteed Psychic type moves, and so he can Choice Scarf U-turn, and honestly that might just kill Alakazam. We've seen Choice Scarf U-turn kill what's it called, our rival's Alakazam, but Sabrina's Alakazam will be at the level cap. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill my baby boy. No. The one Alakazam boss we're gonna see. So fucked up. But you know what? It's how the world works. Can't do anything about it. We're gonna go ahead and give you the what's called the leftovers. Where is it? Leftovers. And then we are going to give Gengar the choice specs. Do I have the choice specs? There we go. Yep. And we're gonna do some moderate. Well, I listen. Usually, in order to get past the 100 EVs gap, I do train my Pokemon like traditionally. However, we're gonna take some liberties with this one. This may be cheating to some people, but I didn't know my mouse was there for like that entire time, sorry. However, have you considered the notion that I don't feel like grinding? I feel like that's a very important thing to consider. And grinding isn't really skillful. The only skill that you can get from grinding is like optimizing grinding. And that's like fighting like level 1 Pidgeys that give the same speed AV until you're like completely EV'd out and you don't have any risk of dying, but you also don't gain any levels from it. So I think it's just redundant, honestly. Alright, wait, was that? I just fed calcium too. Okay, well, you know what? That Luxray isn't gonna be perfect, but you know, shit happens. Oh well, cry about it, I suppose. Yeah, him being Electric Dark in this game, or sorry, her, being Electric Dark in this game is actually insane. Not only is it just what Luxray should have been, it's just like such a useful type, at least offensively. Because you have like so many things you can hit for super effective damage with that type. You can hit flying, water. Ooh, sorry, my jaw felt a little bit like weird. It was like tired, but I need to stretch it. I think that's actually just the yawn. Yeah. It was actually just a yawn. Okay. But, yeah, you, like, hit flying and water super effectively. You hit, ghost, psychic super effectively. And, like, those are a lot of, like, offensive types. It's probably bad defensively. Yeah, it's pretty bad defensively. But that's alright. Obviously, what's his face? Luxray isn't meant to be... Like, I already fed him? Oh, okay, no, I didn't. I didn't fed him all the protein. Yeah, we're just going to do basic HP, attack, and speed on all of them. Drapion has pretty decent speed, so he's going to appreciate the speed increase. Also, if it doesn't have, what's it called? We're going to check Drapion's ability, and if it has Sniper, that's going to affect our moveset decision. Because if it does have Sniper, then we're going to go Cross Poison, Night Slash, X-Scissor. But if it doesn't have Sniper, we're going to go Crunch, Poison Jab. Just because to optimize it, if we don't get any additional buffs from crits, or we don't get any, additional crit power, we're not going to prioritize it. Yep, it's battle armor. Attack down, defense up isn't good, but it's not bad. It's not like the worst thing that could happen to us. Luxray Intimidate obviously is very good. We're going to level these guys up to level 65. We're going to level everyone who isn't up at 65 to 65. Alright. Additional level grinding. Are you kidding me? Look at this. It's like peak Pokemon. Are you kidding me? But yeah, I guess during this time, we're not going to do anything else that isn't Sabrina today. Just to ensure that I don't want to pack the episode too much. I think a triple gym leader power hour is enough for us. So I actually want to take some care going into Blaine because I want to figure out a strategy that guaranteed baits out Ninetales. So that way we can take care of it easily. Because we obviously have our Drizzle Politoed, which is like insane. Oh, Volt Tackle. You don't say. That's insane. We already have Crunch too, so I don't need to go and learn that. That's amazing. And then you. He evolves in Drapion. Let's go. I love Drapion. It's such a cool Pokemon. Like, just look at it, man. It's a giant scorpion with, like, fangs and claws the size of, like, your head. It's just so cool. Oh, is it not going to have any of its moves, and we're going to have to go to, like, the move reminder in order to change that? It probably doesn't have any of its moves, does it? We can teach it X-Scissor because we got the TM. Let's check. X-Scissor. Is it... Where is it? Range Ball. Silverwind. X-Scissor. Can we teach Drapion U-Turn? I'd imagine we could. It's not gonna be... It's probably not gonna be slow U-Turn. Crunch, Cross Poison, Poison Fang. Okay, well, since we're not... Since we're not a Sniper, we already have the important one we're going to use for this battle already specified out, so we don't really need to change anything. Can we teach U-Turn, though? That's the important bit. No, we can't, man. We might have been able to as a Skorupi. That might have been my fault, but also just might not have been accessible. Alright, we're just going to continue on. Actually, not what I want to check. Let me check my Pokegear. That's a Pokédex. How far are we away from Saffron City? What's our current... What's it looking like? Oh, Saffron City's right there. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Just go ahead over here. Saffron City you can get a few things from. Route 7. Is anything important here? I guess we'll take a look at it. Why not? Not what I wanted to do. Route 7. Weepinbell, Pidgeotto, Staravia, Growlithe, Vulpix, Jigglypuff, Raticate, Kadabra, and at the night replace Pidgeotto with Gloom, Staravia with Houndour, and also Eradicate with Persian, and Kadabra with Houndoom. This could actually be a pretty awesome encounter because Houndoom is a really good Nuzlocke mon because the fact that it's dual, it's basically its stab is really freaking good. And you also got a chance of getting Drought Vulpix here. And you know it's Drought because Vulpix will have Forewarn, I believe. Oh. Forward? Okay, I don't think this Vulpix has drought. Technically it's optimal to just kill this thing. To ensure. Can we get another Vulpix? If we can't get another Vulpix from this point on. Nope, been there. Been there. I haven't been there yet. So we can technically get another Vulpix. But I don't want to kill this thing. I don't want to. I don't. Vulpix is way too cute. I can't find it in my heart to do it. Actually, I probably should. Actually, no. Well, U-turn wouldn't have killed, would it? It probably would have. I can't bring in my heart to kill a Vulpix. It's just too adorable. But remember, the optimal play is you kill this here to help you get another chance at Drought Vulpix. Because Ninetales without Drought isn't that impressive. Fire Blast? Okay. We can go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Yep. And we're going to name you Bow. We're going to name you Bow after Bow Buns. Yep. Alrighty. I will say one feature I miss from 3DS games is when you type the first capital letter in, it automatically goes to lowercase. I feel like that's an underrated feature, just for convenience. We found a mental herb, which actually is very important. Resets Intimidate, just in case we need it for a battle, which we might. But yeah, we finally made Saffron City. There's a few important things here in Saffron City. This is where you get the doll for the, what's it called, the Pokemon, in order to activate the Railway, which you actually need to do for, like, the story, I believe. You just go into here, and then you talk to the cosplay girl, or Copycat? I think this is Copycat. And then, she'll say she's missing, her, Clefairy doll in Vermilion City. And you do need to do this in order to, I believe it's something with Blaine's gym. Something affecting that. I don't know. I've just always done it, and I think it's actually required to do for some particular reason. But I might be wrong in that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead. Oh, this is Mr. Psychic's house. This is where you get another free Psychic TM. This is where you actually get the original TM. And then you also get the Super Rod here, maybe? What? Show me a sec. That was reached the end of 2 evolutions. Well, shit, dog. I guess I'll be back later. Do you give me anything? Yep. Oh, well, you give me that. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, Psychic. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, wait, never mind. Then that might be for something else, but I don't know. I'll check what he gives later, and if it's actually impactful, I'll talk about it in the next episode. Because for now, I just want to go fight Sabrina, which is up over here. Alright, let's think about items. I think we're going to give Luxray the Choice Band. And we're going to give Drapion the Black Sludge. There, that seems like a good idea to me. And we're going to lead Marshmallow for now. Honestly, this might just be a Marshmallow sweep, because I don't think anything outspeeds him, and she doesn't have, like, a Ghost Resist, or a Ghost Immunity. Does she? I might be talking out my ass, but I remember this fight not being hard at all. Nope. The only thing we have to worry for is the level 63 Wobbuffet that could kill us if we fail to kill it with Shadow Ball because of the Mirror Coat. But actually, okay, wait. Let's run a preemptive calc because I'd just rather avoid that if I can. I don't want Marshmallow to die. Okay, so Wobbuffet level 63. And then we take Gengar. Gengar is 65. What's our special attacking stat? 228. $228. Item. Choice specs. And we are going to use a Shadow Ball. Oh yeah, we kill. We kill. Let me just check her team one more time, just so I'm not missing anything. You know, it should be the tankiest thing on our team, and we should outspeed everything else relatively. Yeah, we should be completely fine. I'll look and make sure that I don't accidentally get what's called caught off guard by like a Pokemon type change or something. Yeah, this gym, it's relatively easy to avoid trainers because they're all inconsistent spinners. So you can just kind of, as long as you pay attention a little bit, you should be able to avoid them, but you can get caught. I completely forget where I had to go. Maybe this way. Let's try this way. I don't really remember the correct way to go. I usually just brute force it. Let's try over here. Did I already go across from there? Maybe I go here. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, easy peasy. What is the level cap? Should be 66? Yep, 66. The only thing is we'd probably have to be a little bit careful of her Alakazam outspeeding Gengar, but I don't think that's going to happen. Make sure we don't over-level. And we should be completely fine, honestly. Not much preparation needs to be done for this one because the fact that our Gengar is pretty good. I forget where our nature of Gengar is, but I think our nature has like actually mattered for some things. I'll check in a second. Alrighty. Here we are. And we should be ready to go. Let me just double check Gengar's nature. I feel like it has actually had an impact. Defense down, special defense up. Never mind, it's had like 0 impact whatsoever. Speed stat of 194. Let me go ahead and check what the speed stat level 66 Alakazam is. Alakazam. So if it does get hit with, if Gengar gets hit with Psychic, it's dead. No investment. There we go, quirky. It should be 183. 183 compared to our 194. Okay, yeah, we should be fine. Alright, hi Sabrina. Sabrina's one of my favorites. In the anime, she was like a demon because what'd she do? She forced like Misty, Ash, and Brock to play in her dollhouse or whatever because she had unresolved parental issues. I think that was pretty silly. But other than that, I think she's quite cool. She uses psychic types, and I love psychic types. My favorite type is psychic type. Bar none. They're my boys. Yeah, we're gonna use Shadow Ball here. And, do we think this is gonna kill? Do we think this Choice Specs Shadow Ball is gonna kill, guys? If it one-shots a Wobbuffet, are we sure it's gonna kill? Oh, I think it killed. Yeah, honestly, getting the choice items for free is such a game changer. It's like, you get them in Renegade Platinum, but you don't get them in Rising Ruby, and they'd help so much in Rising Ruby. You technically can get them from the Battle Mason, but I don't even know if that's open before you finish the game, honestly. But yeah, I should probably play like Blaze Black and Blaze Black 2 one day. Because I heard they're pretty difficult, but they're not like... They're pretty difficult, but they're also pretty, rewarding. So that's something I should consider doing. I don't know if they're... Rising Ruby's kind of hard. Rising Ruby's kind of hard because they, Dreyano gives the opponents OP Pokemon. And all of them have incredibly viable items and incredibly annoying things to work around. It's not like super hard. It's not like what's called Eternal X with like its insanity difficulty with 6 legendaries, which I personally think is a little bit BS, but that's just me. It's not even like, I don't even know. It's not even like a game at that point. It's just you're fighting a bunch of legendaries. It's not fun or rewarding. They don't even go with like, okay, well, to be fair, Diantha doesn't really have a typing, while the other legendaries do go with the typing of those gym leaders. But it's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel good, you know? It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like you're being presented with a well thought out challenge, at least for the champion fight. The other fights are like double battles and like triple battles and things like that, and I imagine those are well put together, and you know, all props to creative for even like making it. But I don't know, I think just like sticking a bunch of legendaries on a team and just giving them stupid OP movesets and calling it there is like lazy design for like Diantha the champion. Like, why does Diantha have an Arceus? That doesn't fit her at all. You're just putting an Arceus there just to, you know, try and make some semblance of artificial difficulty. And I don't think it's very... it's not my thing. It's not my thing. For, like, the pure aspect of a challenge, it is there. And it has its merits. But it's just not worth it, I think. But yeah, we were able to completely take care of Sabrina while I was having that little discussion. Yeah, she can... I won't lie. If you don't have, like, a specific Pokemon that can sweep like that, she can be difficult. But yeah, we were able to go through it. I forget what TM she gives us. Is it like Future Sight or something? Skill swap. Can't really think of whenever that'd be useful. Besides like a double battle, but we have no more double battles at this stage in the game. We have like the Claire and Lance double battle, but that's not part of the Nuzlocke. That's just like a post-game thing. But yeah, we were able to do 3 gyms in one day. That is pretty incredible. And yeah, next episode, I think we'll be able to take care of Blue and Red, not Blue and Red. We'll be able to take care of Blue and, wait, no. We'll be able to take care of Blue and Blaine rather swiftly. Or at the very least, Blaine. I know at the very least, Blaine. And then we'll be able to go ahead and just take care of Red. Red, honestly, he isn't really... Ooh, that's a weird stutter. Let me save. He's not super, super difficult. I mean, because like it's just like the power level of this Pokemon. Because Dreyano kept his team the same, it's like you have very easy ways to work around these Pokemon. And I believe, does he have an item? He doesn't have an item on... Wait. Oh no, he does have an item on every single Pokemon. But they're not, like, insane items. Like, Snorlax has a Chesto for Resto Chesto, but if you just kill it, it basically doesn't have an item. And then the, each of his starters have a resistance berry to the type they're weak to within the Water, Grass, Fire core. So, like, Venusaur has Fire Berry, Charizard has Water Berry, Blastoise has a Grass Berry, but, like, if you have, like, an electric type, electric type takes care of Blastoise and Charizard, and you just need like a psychic type for Venusaur. So yeah, it's not like the worst thing to work around. It's not like they have like life orbs and they're dealing ridiculous amount of damage. But yeah, my jaw is very tired from talking this entire episode, which is kind of weird because I talked for like an hour and 50 minutes yesterday, and that wasn't as bad. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and next episode is when things, you know, start to get real, at least for the Kanto part of this game. Yeah, see you next time.